Hello, I am Jacob. I'm the host of the show. Thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and just being a part of what we do here. Now, entering week number 10, there's a lot that went down over the last day or so. But when we came into week number 9, we said, the Cowboys are this good, the Bills are this good, the Rams are this good. They all lost. It's just to say, yes, you could be top of your division, and you're now focused on where you're going to be seated when the playoffs arrive. But the concern is you could be one loss and out of it very quickly. The Bills only one game ahead of New England at this point, so that's how shocking this is. The NFL landscape can change rather quickly if you get a little too far ahead of yourself. You think you're this good and you lose against a bad team. But heading into week number 10, we got a lot of news to get into. First off, the Raiders restructured running back Jalen Richard's contract to create some cap space just in case something happens, and a lot of things did happen to the Raiders over the past week. The Raiders signed wide receiver Dylan to the 53-man roster. He was on their practice squad, so it wasn't much of a big deal. The Chargers designate linebacker Kenneth Murray to return from IR. That's a great news if you're a Chargers fan. Your linebacking core is not the same without him. You want him on the field. You want him playing, because it just creates a lot more difficulty for when a team faces a good linebacker against some average linebackers. Packers wide receiver Davante Adams officially came off the COVID list. He did play against the Chiefs. He was targeted quite a bit versus the Chiefs, which we'll get into in a later video. Dak Prescott was on track to play against Denver. He ended up playing against Denver, so that was a good sign. The Cowboys, and this was a kind of a shocker, they decided to release Bradley and I after some mistakes he did make in the Minnesota game. They ended up signing him back to the practice squad in a way of just bring him down. Okay, if he's still available, let's bring him back on the practice squad to develop him a little more. Because they do believe that Nye can be developed. This is only his second year in the league. There's a lot of things he doesn't know yet. This is just the way the NFL landscape is for some players, and some more than others. The Browns had released Odell Beckham Jr. effective today, Monday at 4 o'clock. He will then go through waivers, and by the end of Tuesday, if he's not claimed, he will become an unrestricted free agent, where he could go where he wants. But when you're on waivers, due to the fact he was released after the trade deadline, he has to go through waivers where the bad teams, the teams that don't have a lot of wins, have the first crack to get him. But there's only a few places that he would be able to go because of how big of his contract is. So, for instance, Jacksonville would have one of the first attempts. The last attempts would be like the Rams, the Bucks, the Cowboys, teams like that. The Jets fear that Marcus Maye tore his Achilles and could be out for the rest of the year. Nothing affirmative yet, but it would be devastating if the Jets lose Marcus Maye, especially in a contract year. He was franchise tag last year. So not having him, your secondary is already very thin. Losing a guy like that and then saying, well, he might have to walk in free agency would be a big bummer if you're the New York Jets. Coach Robert Saleh had said it doesn't look good, so that could be an answer of it could be his Achilles, and he probably will be done for the year.